Hey everyone, Mark here from thewindowcleaningstore.com. Today's video all about tips to help you make more money in your window cleaning business. And when I say more money, I'm really talking about being more profitable. Profit's not a dirty word. It's very necessary in order for your business to survive. It's necessary if you want your business to thrive. Of course, it helps you to support your family, put food on your table, roof over your head. And if you have employees, it helps you to support their families as well. So this video is not about greed. It's about making sure that you're going to be supporting everyone who's close to you, your employees, and your family. So this list is in no particular order, but I will start off with the most obvious one. You've got to raise your prices every year. And yeah, I know you've got some loyal customers out there and you want to keep them happy, but trust me, your loyal customers are paying more this year for gasoline. They're paying more for housing expenses. They're paying more for insurances and groceries. And just like, you're just another business out there, you've got to make it. And if these customers truly are loyal, they will want to support you and they will understand. If you're afraid to raise prices on your loyal customers, then you've got coupon customers. I'm sorry, they're sticking with you based on price, and that's not the kind of customers you want. So besides raising prices, the next few tips are going to focus on optimizing your work week, ensuring that you are indeed bringing home the optimal amount of money by the end of the day and the end of the week. So the first thing I want to talk about is going into an incomplete work week. Now, maybe your work week would allow you to do 10 houses in a week, and you've only got 6 people on the schedule. Now, I could ask you, like, why is that? And you could tell me that, well, I gave 10 estimates, but only 6 people booked. What can I do if, 4 out of the 10 people are too cheap to want to pay my prices? Well, here's the thing. You've got numbers to play with right there. You just told me that you talked to 10 people and you got 6 out of 10 to sign on. That tells you right away that next time you got to talk to 15 people or 20 people. It's all about scaling what works. If you know you're getting an average of 6 out of 10, talk to 15 or talk to 20 people, up those numbers, and you will have a full work week. And now, assuming that you do have some days where you finish off at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock instead of your regular 5 or 6 o'clock, what are you doing with that time? Are you just going home? Are you just doing a little shopping on the way home or whatever? Here's a tip for you. If you finish in a particular neighborhood, let's say you're doing residential window cleaning, and you're done at 3 o'clock, don't go home. Don't even leave to go home until 5 o'clock. Get those flyers out and start going up and down the street that you just did. And hopefully, because it is later in the day, you might see some people coming home. Have some chats with them. Let them know, hey, you know what? I just did number 10 down the way. I'm handing out my flyers here. Would you like a quote while I'm here in the neighborhood before I head out? I'm sure you're going to get a lot of more people saying, hey, you know what? May as well. You're here. Oh, you did Mrs. Jones? Oh, great. I like her. She's a pretty good person. Yeah, sure. Give me a quote. And this is a great way of building on what could have been just a very slow, short, not so profitable day. You can actually turn it into something for the next week by getting more people on the calendar. One of the things I love about residential window cleaning is how many different types of add-on services you can include. And I get it that not everybody is very comfortable with doing some of these services. Those who aren't thrilled with ladders don't really want to do too much gutter cleaning. But there are definitely some add-on services that are very easy to do, very easy to set up, very low cost to get into. And one of the particular services I can think of right off the top of my head is gutter whitening. Gutter whitening is just taking care of those black and tiger stripes that you see on the side of gutters, or even just the grime off the face of those gutters. I always tell customers back when I was window cleaning that I said if the windows are the eyes of the home, then the gutter line is the eyebrows, right? So who wants nice eyes but all messed up eyebrows, right? Wouldn't want to date someone like that. Anyway, but definitely gutter whitening is something to look into because it's super easy. You just buy some chemicals, mix it in with water. It's very low cost when you think about it. You just brush the stuff on safely from the ground using a pole and a brush and rinse it off. You can do twice the amount of linear footage than actually the time it takes to clean out gutters, and you can make double the money. So it's a no-brainer. Another thing is something like screen repair. Now, screen repair is a little bit more involved. You have to kind of get a skill built up in how to do it. There are materials, but even back in the day when I was doing screen repair on the road, this is the last time I did screen repair on the road for money was back around 2013, I was still making about $110, $120 an hour after the cost of materials, just doing screen repair. But the key with screen repair, if you want to put that as an add-on service, is it's got to be done right there at the time that you're doing the window cleaning. Taking the screens back to your place and then bringing them back, you're losing, you're not going to be profitable that way. So definitely, if you want to get into screen repair, um, all I can tell you is, get a roll of 36-inch width replacement screen mesh and a roll of 48, a couple different sizes of spline, and a couple of tools, just a roller tool, a pair of scissors, and some screwdriver set. You're all set to do screen repair. I'm not talking about screen building, that's a whole other thing, but screen repair, very easy to get into. Watch a couple tutorial videos, and it's definitely a way to add an extra couple $100 a day. So this next tip might be a little counterintuitive, but if you're a residential window cleaner and you're in a big city or large town, you may find that you spend a lot of time driving, getting back and forth to jobs. Maybe you said, well, I service all of this particular city. In my case, it was Toronto. The reality is, to drive from one end of the city to the other can take you as much as 45 minutes to an hour, right? In traffic, city traffic. So by shrinking down your service area, eventually over time, you can make sure that you're going to spend less time behind the wheel, more time on the glass earning money. Not only that, there's a lot of benefits to being always in the same area. That means more potential customers are seeing your vehicle in their neighborhoods instead of you being too spread out. If you want to run any kind of specials throughout the year, you get to know the houses more, and you know what kind of specials you can go into a particular neighborhood and know that you're still going to be quite profitable at the end of the day, as opposed to trying to cover the whole city. So definitely something to consider. It might seem like business suicide if you're just starting out, the idea that you're going to say, I'm not going to service this part of the city or that part of the city. But definitely over time, if you are in a big town or city, you definitely want to shrink your service area. The following tip could also be a bit of a head scratcher, but have you ever considered being an exterior only window cleaning company? In this day and age, there's a lot of times where there's nobody going to be home during the day. Both spouses are working, the kids are off to college or whatever. Your chances of doing an inside and out cleaning anyway are, a bit tough there, trying to get people on the schedule when someone can be there to let you in. But not only that, a lot of time is wasted doing interior window cleaning. I know even when I was, before I got into water-fed pole, I used to still love to do the outside because it was, yeah, you're dealing with ladders, but still, there's nothing in your way, right? Interior window cleaning, half the time the people weren't really properly prepared for you. They've still got stuff on their windowsills. You've got to deal with blinds and drapes, and sometimes those blinds, they've been up there for a million years. The sun's dried out the plastic, and you get broken pieces when you try to operate the blinds. It can be a whole going concern just doing interiors. Exteriors go so much faster, and I don't care what anybody says, ladders or water-fed poles. Exteriors are so much easier. And I'm talking to a lot of window cleaning companies now, and so many of them are switching over to exterior onlys. Even before, they were maybe doing 60% in and out, 60% exteriors and 40% in and out. So jumping all 100% over to exteriors is just so much easier for them. They can get more. They can time how long a job is going to take a lot easier. Therefore they can get more jobs on the calendar per day, per week. And like I said, the name of this video is all about being more profitable. So this next tip is just plain good business advice. Is you got to keep a well-organized, up-to-date customer database. You need to know instantly when was the last time you serviced a client. What did you charge at the time? Were there any notes, anything that you have to remember for the next time you're booking these people in? And use this database to constantly send out reminders. And don't worry about, bugging people. People are busy. People aren't always thinking about getting their window cleaning done. That's your business. That's not their business. Their business is something totally different. So don't feel bad about reminding people. Sometimes, just talking to somebody at the right moment, they'll just look up from their phone or look up from their email and just take a look at their windows and say, yeah, okay, you know what, let's just book it, get it in, get it done. For the last tip in this video, I want to talk about asking for referrals. This is something that a lot of people, for some reason, they're not comfortable with. Some people are perfectly fine, comfortable. Asking your customer for a referral at the end of the day, you're not asking anything extra out of them other than, if you enjoyed this service, tell your friends, tell your family, if you know anybody who might want a quote, here's some cards, or if you know they don't mind you giving out the number, if you can give me their number and I'll check in with them. That said, there are actually times when you don't want to ask for referrals, and that's any job that doesn't go well in your opinion, or even in the customer's opinion, or in a particular case where maybe the customer beat you down a little bit on price. They're a bit of a coupon customer, and you caved a little bit, and you did the job for a little bit less than what you would have wanted. Because the last thing you want to do is have people talking about you as being the cheap window cleaner. Oh yeah, I got a guy, he's great and he's cheap. That's the worst kind of reputation you want. I think the best kind of reputation is, yeah, he's a little bit more expensive than the last guys, but it's so much worth it. They do such a great job. You won't be disappointed. These are the kind of reputations you want. So you have to play the asking for referrals a little bit by ear, but definitely if you have a good feeling about it, how the job went, if you have a feeling that they had a good experience, definitely ask for referrals, because customers who like you want you to do well, and they'll be happy to talk about you. Well, I hope you found some of these tips helpful and will implement them into your window cleaning business. I wish you all a very successful window cleaning season, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.